For this afternoon, ang ating discussion will be on basic algebra. Okay, so I asked kanina if you were able to answer another diagnostic test. Some answered yes. Some answered hindi nila natapos. So, and I also asked kung kumusta yung pagsagot nyo, and some answered nahirapan, some answered easy, some answered hindi alam. O nakalimutan na. Okay, anyway, to start it off, I will turn off my computer. Can you see the PowerPoint presentation? Yes, kindly type in if you can see our PowerPoint presentation. Yes, okay. So let's start. That is question number 1. May I know kung ano, what is your answer for number 1? Okay, A, B. Okay, mukhang madami namang tamang sagot. I can see that a lot of you answered A. Okay, for this kind of problem, perform the indicated operation and simplify. This is an example of series of operations problem. Okay, and you have to take note that kailangan yung PEMDAS should always be handy. Ano ba yung PEMDAS? We have parentheses first, and then exponents. So, uunahin nyo muna yung parentheses. But of course, doon sa mga parentheses, titingnan nyo muna yung innermost parentheses. Okay? And then check kung merong exponent. Do that. And then, multiplication and division from left to right. Ibig sabihin, kung mauna ang division sa multiplication, okay lang, basta you have to do it from left to right. And then kung tapos na yung inyong multiplication division, you do it naman addition, subtraction, whichever comes first from left to right. Okay? So, in the first one, you have to apply the distributive property on the given. So here, you can see this is the innermost parenthesis. Can you see my cursor? Nakikita niyo ba yung cursor ko? The one in the innermost parenthesis would be the 5a minus 6a squared plus 4. Okay, so since this one is in the innermost parenthesis, you have to apply distributive property. And since it is minus before that, so what you will have to do would be, ito ay change yung lahat ng signs nung nasa loob ng parentheses because you are going to distribute negative to each one of this. So you will have 5a minus 3a squared minus 5a, negative will become plus 6a squared, negative plus times positive is minus 4. Okay? And then the next thing is ito naman, ang aalsin nyo yung inyong parentheses. So again, preceded by a negative. So meaning, you have to distribute negative to each one inside your parentheses. So you will now have 5a minus 3a squared. This will become plus 5a minus 6a squared plus 4. Yes, this is recorded. So by combining similar terms, when would you know it's similar terms? If the literal coefficients have the same, exactly the same, no? If they are exactly the same. So in this case, ang pareho would be negative 3a squared and negative 6a squared. So that will give us negative 9a squared. Ano pa yung parehas? 5a plus 5a is 10a. And then you have plus 4. So that will be choice letter A. So, yung mga maraming tama naman dyan kanina. Okay. Number 2. Evaluate the expression 4x plus y squared all over 3 times the quantity x minus y minus 5 for x equals 1 and y is equal to negative 2. What do you think is the correct answer? What is the answer for number 2? Please type in your answer. Letter C. Bakit hindi po C? Letter C. Okay. So many answered letter C, and let us check how. So in cases like this, you have to substitute 1 for the x and negative 2 for your y. Okay, so substitute the given values. So you have therefore, since x is 1, so you substitute 1 plus negative 2 squared, because y is negative 2 all over 3 times 1 minus negative 2 minus 5. Okay, now here, I would like to look at this one. What would be negative 2 squared na ganito? What would be your answer here? Negative 2 squared. It should be? Walang nasagot. Negative 2 squared. Yes, it is 4. Very good. Now, what is the difference between positive 4? Pag walang parenthesis na ganito, simply negative 2, no parenthesis squared, what will be your answer? Kung walang parenthesis, wala ito. Wala itong parenthesis na to. What will that be? It should be negative 4 kung walang parenthesis. Okay. Very good. Negative 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 2 squared is positive 4 all over 3 times 1 minus negative 2. So that would be 1 minus negative 2 is 3 times 3 minus 5. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9 minus 5 is 4. So the answer is 2, and that is choice letter C. Okay, many got it correct. I saw your answers there. Okay, now let us recall the laws of exponents. Let A and B be non-zero real numbers and M and N be integers. So for the product property, A to the M times A to the N is equal to A to the M plus N. So what do we do if they have the same base? Parehong A, we add the exponents. Okay? Quotient property. O, saglit lang ha. May nagtatanong, bakit po siya magiging negative 4 kapag walang parentheses? Okay. I will have to go back there muna. No? Bakit to magiging negative 4? Because if it is negative 2 squared, and there's no parentheses doon sa negative 2, the base there is simply 2. So it is actually the negative of 2 squared, and hence that will become negative 4. Unlike, yes, that's correct, Vaughn. Unlike if negative 2 is inside the parentheses, the negative 2 will be taken as the base. So negative 2 times negative 2 will become positive 4. And that is the difference between with parentheses and without parentheses. You have to take note that if it is without parentheses, the base is not the negative 2 but simply the 2. Okay? Okay. Moving on. So quotient property, A to the M over A to the N, kung siya ay division, you subtract N from M, so that is A to the M minus N. Power property, A to the M raised to the N is equal to, you have to multiply M and N, that will become A MN. Product to a power property, AB raised to the N, so you have to distribute N to each one inside the parentheses. So this will become A to the N times B to the N. Quotient property, quotient to a power property, A over N raised to the N is equal to A to the N over B to the N. Okay, and if we let A and B be non-zero real numbers and M and N be integers, negative integer property, if A is raised to the negative N, ibig sabihin nito, this one is itong negative na to, hindi siya tama yung pwesto. So you have to make that positive, you have to put that under. So this will become 1 over A to the N. Zero property exponent, any number raised to the zero power is equal to 1. Any number raised to the zero power would be equal to 1. Okay, number 3, what is your answer in number 3? Anyone? What's your answer in number 3? Negative 2x squared times negative 2x squared cubed in parentheses to the fifth. Okay. Very good. A lot of you answered letter C. So, paano natin nakuha ang C? You apply the laws of exponents. Actually, itong problem na to can be answered in different ways, okay? But we're going to use this. We apply the laws of exponents. Negative 2x squared times the quantity, negative 2x cubed to the fifth. Okay, so here, kailangan muna natin itong isettle. So you have negative 2x squared there. Negative 2 to the fifth. So is negative 32. Okay? X cubed to the fifth. You multiply these two. So that would be x to the 15. Okay. And then what do we do now? We multiply these two. Negative 2 times negative 32 is 64. That's negative times negative. And then x cubed times x to the 15, since they have the same base, you simply add the exponent. So that will become 64x to the 17. So very good. Many answered correctly. That is choice letter C. Number 4. What do you think is the correct answer sa mga nag-solve? Ano yung nakuha niyong sagot for number 4? Anyone? Number 4? What is your answer in number 4? Okay, D. Very good. A lot of you answered D. Okay, so again, we apply the laws of exponents. So here, negative x to the negative 4 times negative 2, since it's negative times negative, it will become x to the 8. Y to the 5th times 5 times negative 2 is y to the negative 10. Denominator, you have negative 2 to the 5th is negative 32. X cubed raised to the second power, this will become x to the 6 times 5 will be x to the 30. And then y to the negative 4 raised to 5 is y. So negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. Okay? So now applying the second law of exponents, itong x pareho, so that would be 8 minus 30 is negative 22. So negative dito, so you have to put it below to make that positive. Y to the negative 10 minus negative 20. So negative 10 minus negative 20 will give us y to the 10. So the final answer is y to the 10th over negative 32x to the 22. And that is choice letter D. Okay. Multiplication of polynomials. To multiply monomials, we apply the properties of exponents. Okay? Kasi kung dalawang monomial lang naman yan, then you just simply go back to the properties of exponents. To multiply a monomial and a polynomial, apply the distributive property. Okay? So, apply the distributive property. Ma'am, ba't nag-stop? Okay. To multiply a monomial and a polynomial, apply the distributive property. To multiply polynomials with more than one term, apply the distributive property repeatedly. Special products. To multiply two binomials, use the FOIL method. Ano ba yung FOIL method? Ano yung F sa FOIL? First terms. Here, first terms, so yung 5x at 2x, yun yung first terms. O is outer. So ano yung outer terms nyo? 5x and 3. Okay? I is inner, yung nasa loob. That would be negative 1 and 2x. And L for the FOIL would be the last term. So ano yung last terms natin? 1 and 3. So applying the FOIL, ang first natin, F would be 5x times 2x. Ito yung F, 10x squared. Outer would be 5x times positive 3, kaya naging positive 15x. Okay, I, inner, negative 1 times 2x would be negative 2x. And L for the last term, negative 1 times 3 would be negative 3. Okay, so that's how you do your FOIL. Okay, special products. I hope you still remember the special products. Product of a binomial and its conjugate. Okay, here, A plus B, the conjugate is A minus B. Kung A minus B naman, the conjugate is A plus B. Okay? So A plus B times A minus B, this is the sum and difference of a binomial. The product would be A squared minus B squared. Okay? That is the difference of two squares. When you square a binomial, perfect square trinomial, so A plus B squared is you square the first term plus twice the product of the two terms plus the square of the last term. Okay, so that will be the square of a binomial, and the product would be a perfect square trinomial. A minus B squared is equal to A squared minus, kasi minus ito, minus din siya. The product of twice the product of the two terms plus the square of the last term. Okay? Cube of a binomial. Do you still remember your cube of a binomial? So A plus B cubed, the formula for that special product would be A cubed plus 3 times A squared plus B plus 3AB squared plus B cubed. Okay. Now, ito I keep on telling my students. Kapag kayo ay nag-special products, and unfortunately, nakalimutan nyo yung formula ng special products, what you have to do is you just have to remember that it is still multiplication. So kung talagang nakalimutan nyo siya, mag-multiply na lang. I-multiply nyo na lang yung mga factors na ito so that you would be able to get the final product. These are special products because may pattern na binibigay sa kanila. But if in any case, makalimutan niya siya, you can always just simply use the long method in multiplication. Okay? So, pag nakalimutan, wag mawala ng pag-asa because you can still multiply that. Okay. A minus B cubed would be, this is now the formula. A cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed. Okay? Number 5. What is your answer in number 5? Anyone? What's your answer in number 5? Okay, a lot of you answered B. Parang magagaling itong estudyante ko ngayon ah. Puro tama ang sagot. Very good. Okay, so multiply 3 times the quantity x minus 4 times x plus 4 squared. So the first thing that you need to do is to apply this one. You have to apply our perfect square trinomial or square of a binomial. So 3 times the quantity x minus 4 times this one. This is a special product. So x plus 4 squared is equal to, using square of a binomial, that would be x squared plus twice the product, that is 2 times x times 4, would be plus 8x. 4 squared is 16. Okay? Next one is you multiply this by your trinomial. Okay? And if you multiply this by your trinomial, you will come up with x cubed plus 4x squared minus 16x minus 64. And then you multiply 3 to everything here, and you will get 3x cubed plus 12x squared minus 48x minus 192. And that is choice letter B. Okay, so correct? Letter B. How do you factor trinomials? Ito namang factoring. Ito yung kabaliktaran ng special products. Okay? The first line of defense, whenever kayo ay magpa-factor ng any trinomial or any binomial or any polynomial for that matter, is that ang first line of defense nyo is yung greatest common factor. Tingnan nyo muna, meron bang greatest common factor? Meron pa silang common factors? Alsin nyo muna. Okay? And then, you proceed dun sa different factoring. But the first line of defense always is check first kung meron greatest common factor. Identify any special polynomial forms and apply factoring formulas. So, these are the following formulas. A squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. Kung mapapansin nyo, ito din yung tinatawag natin na conjugate kanina. So, a plus b, the conjugate of that is a minus b, and vice versa. And when you multiply this, you will have a squared minus b squared. Okay? So, pag naman nag-factor, a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. A cubed minus b cubed, the factors would be a minus b times the quantity, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So again, a cubed minus b cubed is equal to quantity a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. If you have a cubed plus b cubed, the factors are a plus b times the quantity a squared minus ab plus b squared. Now, if the given is a squared plus minus 2ab plus b squared, then the factors are, kung plus ang gitna, then it is a plus b squared. Kung minus ang gitna, then it is a minus b squared. Factor a trinomial into a product of two binomials. So you have ax plus b times cx plus d. factor by grouping. So those are the things that you need to know dun sa mga factoring. If those are not too familiar o nakalimutan nyo na, then you will really need to practice. Because kapag ka nandun na kayo, syempre, pag nagsasagot na kayo, that will come handy. Okay? So kung hindi nyo pa masyadong kabisado yon o hindi pa kayo ganon kabilis mag-factor or gumamit ng special products, you have to practice. Okay. Number 6, what's the answer in number 6? Madami nang nagsagot. B. Okay. B. Okay. So let's see. First check nyo, no? Yung 12x cubed minus 60x squared y plus 75xy. Meron ba siyang common factor? 12, 60, and 75, meron bang common factor? Yes, 3. 4, tingnan nyo yung x's. Ang x's ba ay present lahat? Yes, kung present lahat, hanapin yung pinakamababa na exponent. In this case, cube, squared, and 1 or x lang. So yung x lang ang kukuhanin nyo. Is y present to everything here sa bawat terms? Hindi. So y is not a common factor. Okay? So, the common factor would be 3x. You divide every term here by the common factor. 12x cubed divided by 3x is 4x squared. Negative, o kaya minus yan, minus kasi yan. 60x squared y divided by 3x, you will have 20xy. Plus yan, plus din yan. 75xy squared divided by 3x would be 25y squared. Okay, now check. Are we done? No, so titingnan muna natin. Meron pa ba tayong pwedeng i-factor? Okay. So this one can still be factored. And the factor of that one is 3x minus 5y squared. Okay, because this is a perfect trinomial. So you will have 3x times the quantity, 2x minus 5y squared. So therefore, this is your final answer, and that is choice letter B. Okay? Number 7. What's your answer in number 7? Number 7. Factor completely 2x cubed y minus 54y. Okay, you are now answering. And so far, puro tama ang sagot nyo. That's very good. Okay. So, the first thing that you need to do is, again, what's the first line of defense? Meron ba siyang greatest common factor? Here, sa 2 and 54, meron siyang common factor, which is the highest would be 2. So you have to factor out 2. X cubed is not common, x is not common, so wala siyang common factor. Y and y is common, so you factor out y. So the greatest common factor is 2y. Okay, and then you divide 2y to each and every term in our given. 2x cubed y divided by 2y, that would give us x cubed. Minus 54y divided by 2y would give us 27. Are we done? So hindi pa din, ano? Because we still have, this one can still be factored out because that is the difference of 2 cubes. X cubed, what is the cube root of 27? That would be, okay, that would be 3. Okay, so we can still apply this special product sa pagpa-factor. Okay, so you have there 2y's here, x cubed minus 27 can be factored out as x minus 3 times the quantity x squared plus 3x plus 9. Okay, so here, we just have to apply that dito. Okay, are we done? Do you think that is the final answer? Can we still see something that we can factor out? Meron pa ba? Okay, wala na, no? Meaning they are relatively prime already o hindi na natin sila pwede pang i-factor. Okay? So therefore, the correct answer is choice letter D. Next, rational expressions. If you will notice, this is just the first of the series. I guess meron pa rin naman tayong algebra. In basic algebra, one thing is that ang dami-daming concepts na kailangan nating malaman, ano? Ang dami-daming concepts na kailangan nating i-practice. Okay? Okay. So, kailangan, kung meron ditong items na hindi nyo pag-aanong na pa-practice, you have really to practice. Anyway, you still have ample time. Mahaba pa yung oras ninyo para mag-practice. Okay? Rational expressions. Simplifying a rational expression. Kailan ba natin malalaman na rational yung expression natin? So, meron siyang it is expressed in terms of a ratio. So, may numerator ka, meron ka ding denominator. The first one in simplifying a rational expression is that you factor the numerator and denominator completely. Okay? And then, you cancel the common factors in the numerator and denominator. Ano yung common mistake? Look at this one, x plus 5 over y plus 5. Okay? Now, this one is already simplified. Ngayon, the common error is that kung may parehong 5 ay kanilang kinakancel. You cannot do that. Okay? That is an error. So, ito is already simplified. Kung meron lang, halimbawa, 5x and 5y, yun ang pwede kang mag-cancel kasi multiplication yun. Pero if it's x plus 5 over y plus 5, it is already in its simplest form. Factors can be canceled, divided out. Terms or parts of terms cannot be divided out. Multiplying rational expressions. Factor all numerators and denominators completely. And then you divide out and cancel factors in the numerators and denominators. Multiply the remaining numerators and denominators respectively. Product is usually expressed in factored form. So, if you have A over B times C over D, to get the product of that, you multiply the numerators. A times C would be AC over B times D, which is equal to BD. Dividing rational expressions. You factor all numerators and denominators completely. Rewrite division as multiplication by a reciprocal. Ibig sabihin, yung division mo can be written as multiplication if you're going to gagawin mo multiplication yung division. Divide out the common factors in the numerators and denominators. Multiply the remaining numerators and denominators respectively. Okay, in this case, A over B divided by C over D. Ito yung sinasabi natin na rewrite the division as a multiplication by a reciprocal. So A over B is now multiplied by the reciprocal of your denominator. And here, the denominator is C over D. So you get the reciprocal of that. That will become D over C. So therefore, A over B divided by C over D is equal to A over B times the reciprocal of the denominator. And that will become A times D, which is AD, over B times C, which is BC. Okay. Number 8, perform the indicated operations and simplify. Sino yung may sagot dito? What is your answer in number 8? Anyone? What is your answer in number 8? Okay, we have one answer, A. Okay, very good. Most of you answered A. That's very good. A as in apple down. Okay. So how do we solve for that? The given is x squared plus 8x cubed plus 12x all over 5x squared minus 10x divided by 4x plus 8 all over x squared minus 4 times 12 over x squared plus 5x minus 6. So what should be done first? Sabi, kailangan bawat isa, numerator, denominator, kung meron tayong pwedeng i-factor out natin. Okay? So here, 8x cubed minus 8x squared plus 12x. Meron ba siyang common factor? Yes. And the common factor is x. So lahat, alsin natin yung x. X is to be divided by each one. X cubed divided by x would be x squared. 8x squared divided by x would be 8x. And 12x divided by x would be 12. So yun ngayon, yung x squared plus 8x plus 12 should now be factored out. Okay, by trial and error, the factor of that would be x times the quantity x plus 2 times the quantity x plus 6. Okay, so ito yon, ano? Yung factors nito, ito na. Okay. Next, denominator of this one, meron bang common factor? 5x squared minus 10x, meron bang common factor? The common factor is 5x. That's why it's written here 5x. And then we divide each term by the common factor, and that will give us x minus 2. Okay? So we are done here. So ito naman kabila. 4x plus 8. Is there a common factor? So ginawa na niya to sa ilalim kasi, di ba, we can express this in terms of multiplication if we get the reciprocal of this one. So 4x plus 8 will be a denominator. So ano yung common factors ng 4x and 8? That would be 4. Okay? So by dividing each term by 4, the other factor would be x plus 2 kasi 4x divided by 4 is x. Plus 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay? And then dito naman tayo, itong denominator ngayon will become your numerator. Kasi division, di ba, pinagbabaliktad natin ito. So this denominator will become your numerator here. So ano yung factors ng x squared minus 4? This is the difference of 2 squares. So therefore, the factors of this would be x plus 2 times x minus 2. Okay? Times 12. So 12 is as is kasi wala naman na tayong ipa-factor dyan. Over x squared plus 5x minus 6. So when you factor this out, the factors would be x plus 6 times x minus 1. Okay? And then let us try to see kung ano yung pwede nating i-cancel. Yung x plus 2 can be cancelled. X plus 6 can be cancelled. X minus 2 can be cancelled. Okay. X and X. What else? Can we still cancel? Okay. 4 and 12. So yung 12 mo magiging 3. Yung 4 mo mawawala. So the final answer, ano na lang ang natitira sa numerator? You have 3 times the quantity x plus 2. So that is 3x plus 6 all over x. That is 5 times x minus 1. So that is 5x minus 1. Ma'am, may mga tips po ba kayo kung paano mag-factor aside from trial and error? Well, yung factoring natin, yung special products and factoring kanina that we discussed, kailangan nyo lang i-practice yon. If you can see pattern, okay, you can see pattern, edi try yung factoring, yung mga special factors. But then yung trial and error is talaga ang kailangan doon ay practice. Constant correct practice. Okay? Kasi yung para mabilis yung inyong pagsasagot, kailangan ay madami na kayong na-practice para pagka during the time na kayo ay nagsasagot na, kita nyo na agad na ito yung, mas madali nyo nang makikita kung paano nyo siya sasagutin. But actually, kailangan lang talaga ay constant correct practice. Wala po kasing ka-pair ang x plus 2. Okay. Wala nga kasing ka-pair ang x plus 2 here. That's why we multiplied it by 3. Okay? Kaya naging 3x plus 6. And then ang natira sa baba is 5 times x minus 1. Kaya naging 5x minus 5. Okay? And that is choice letter A. Okay, rational expressions. How do we add and subtract rational expressions? Same denominators. Pagka pareho lang yung denominator ng rational expression mo, you just have to add or subtract the numerators. Simplify the result if necessary. So in this case, A over B plus or minus C over B is equal to A plus or minus C kasi pareho naman ang kanyang denominator. Okay? So that is A plus or minus C all over the common denominator, which is B. Adding and subtracting expressions. Paano kapag they have different denominators? What you need to do would be LCD method. So hanapin mo yung LCD. What is the LCD of B and D? That would be BD. Okay? So here, A over B. BD divided by B is D times A is AD. BD divided by D is B times C, kaya naging BC siya. Okay? Yun pa, then you have to factor each denominator completely so that you will know the least common denominator. The LCD is a product of each of these distinct factors raised to the highest power to which that factor appears in any of the denominators. Write each rational expression using the LCD for each denominator. Add or subtract the resulting numerators. Simplify the result if necessary. Okay. Now, this is an example of a complex fraction. Who were able to answer this, and what is your answer? Sino nagsagot ng number 9? And please key in your answer. Some answered D, some answered, madami yatang D. C. Okay, so medyo dito mix ang sagot, ano? Merong nakasagot ng D, merong nakasagot ng C. Okay, so let's check. Simplify the numerator and denominator of the complex fraction separately. Then apply the rule for division and rational expressions. So ito, isi-simplify mo. Ito, isi-simplify mo din. Kasi ito yung numerator ng complex fraction mo, and this one is the denominator of your complex fraction. Okay, so here. Okay, so tingnan nyo na to ngayon. This is 7 over y plus 7. This is already simplified. So yun na siya. Nilagay nyo na rin siya dyan. Now this one, yung denominator, 1 over y plus 7 minus 1 over y, you find the LCD. Ano yung LCD of y plus 7 and y? That would be y times y plus 7. Okay? So, the LCD divided by your denominator here. So, y times y plus 7 divided by y plus 7, the answer is y, times 1 would be y. Minus LCD divided by y, anong matitira? Y plus 7. So this is y plus 7, pero it is preceded by negative, by minus. So kailangan yung y plus 7 mo, pag dinistribute mo na to, will become minus y minus 7. Okay? So, 7 over y plus 7 times the reciprocal of this one. Okay? So, 7 over y plus 7 times the reciprocal. So, itong denominator mo, naging na siyang numerator. Y minus y is 0, natira, negative 7. Okay? And then here, you can now cancel y plus 7. You can cancel 7. So, anong natira? Y over negative 1. So, that would be negative y. And that is choice letter C. So, doon kanina, that is choice letter C. Kindly correct. Kasi many answered D, no? The answer actually is letter C. Okay. Properties of radicals. The nth root of AB is the same as or equal to the nth root of A times the nth root of B. The nth root of A over B is the nth root of A over the nth root of B. The nth root of A to the M is equal to the nth root of A raised to the M. The nth root of A to the N is equal to A when N is odd, and absolute value of A when N is even. Radicals can be combined only if they are like radicals. So para din tong pag-a-add ng natin, coefficients. Kapag makaka-add ka lang o makukombine mo lang sila if they have exactly the same radicals. So kung like ang radicals, kung parehong same radical and radical, same radical and index, pwede mo silang pagsamahin. Okay? Quotient with radicals in the denominator are usually rewritten with no radicals in the denominator. So kapag may radicals pa yung quotient, ibig sabihin we can still rationalize the denominator. Kinokopya nyo ba? I don't know if pwede nyo itong ma-download, no? Pabalik ng slide. Okay, sige, babalik ko yung slide. Hanggang saan ko ibabalik? There? Okay. Expressions with rational exponents may be written in the form. I think this is recorded and you just have to ask kung pwedeng ma-playback sa inyo. Okay? We have 25 items to answer for today. And unfortunately, we only have an hour left to answer everything. No, kaya medyo, if it is too fast, maybe pwedeng pag-review nyo na, you can go back. Kasi medyo mahaba pa ng konti yung ating i-discuss. Okay? And you please practice at home after this para, maging familiar na kayo with the terms and with the problems. Okay. Expressions with radical exponents or rational exponents may be written in the radical form. A raised to the 1 over n is equal to the nth root of a to the m over n is equal to the nth root of a to the m, or this can be written as a to the m raised to the 1 over n, or the nth root of a to the m. Okay? The properties for integer exponents also hold true for rational exponents. Okay, number 10. We are still in our number 10 and we still have 15 more to go. Okay? What is the answer in number 10? Anyone answer in number 10? Okay, many answered. Okay, most of you are correct. So what do we do now? So this is the given. The fourth root of 4 times the square root of 3x squared, x to the fifth y, times the square root of 6x squared y cubed all over the square root of 2xy. So here, it's 4. Nakahiwalay siya. Since they have the same index 2, no? Kasi square root siya pareho, pwede nating i-multiply ang 3 times 6, and that will give us 18. X to the fifth times x squared, so they have the same base, so add the exponents. Y times y cubed is y to the fourth all over the square root of 4xy. Now, since pareho din sila ng index, parang square root, so therefore, 18 divided by 2 would be, you have here 4 times the square root of 9, and then x to the 7 divided by x would be x to the 6, y to the 4th over y is y cubed, and then we now simplify. If you're going to simplify this, if you're going to get the square root of this will become 3x cubed y. No? So here, what is a square root of 9? That would be 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. Square root of x to the 6 is x cubed. That's why you have x cubed there. And then y to the 4, y cubed. Ang y cubed natin is not a perfect square. So, So yung y squared lang ang pwede mong ilabas, and that will become y. May matitira ka pa ding square root of y. So that is now the final answer. And that is choice letter B. Miss, pwede po bang i-cancel ang square root of 6 sa numerator and square root of 2? You cannot cancel that. But you can perform. Pwede mong like this one, pwede mo siyang i-divide. No, pero hindi mo pwedeng alisin yung cancel. Yung square root nila. Cannot be. That's why you still have here square root. Okay, bakit naging x cubed? The square root of x to the 6, this will become x to the 6 over 2. So 6 divided by 2, because the index here is 2, kaya naging x cubed. Okay? X to the 6. The index is 2, so 6 divided by 2, that will become x cubed. Okay? Choice is letter B. Number 11, who got the correct answer? What's your answer in number 11? Ma'am, allowed po ba? I think I explained kanina that if you have a radical in your denominator, kailangang i-rationalize natin yung denominator. Okay? But in the previous example, wala naman tayong denominator na radical. So, wala naman tayong na-violate dyan. Okay, number 11, the answer, okay, so madami sa inyo answered C. May nag-answer ng D. Okay? So, what do we do? Here, ito na yung question kanina. No? What are we going to do if we have rational sa denominator? Okay. So, the given is 6 over 3 square root of 2 plus 4. Hahanap ko ngayon ng way para mawala yung ating square root. And what you can do is, hahanapin nyo yung conjugate nito. Very good, Kyla. So you get the conjugate of this. And the conjugate of this is that kung plus ito, gagawin mong minus ito. Why is that so? Because pag binultiply mo na sila, it is the square of the first term minus the square of the second term. So mawawala na yung iyong square root. Okay? So you have to multiply it by the conjugate of your denominator. But when you multiply it, kailangan yung numerator at denominator, i-multiply nyo. Kasi it's just simply multiplying it as by 1. And when the number is to be multiplied by 1, you are actually, the answer would be the same number pa din. Okay? So, you multiply it by the conjugate, numerator and denominator. So, 6 times 3 square root of 2 is 18 square root of 2. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Okay, ito naman, paano natin to square? 3 square root of 2 squared will be 9 times 2. That's why it becomes 18. Okay? Positive 4 times negative 4 minus 16. Okay? So, let us simplify some more. 18 square root of 2 minus 24. 18 minus 16 is 2. So, ito pwede pa nating simplify. 18 divided by 2 is 9 square root of 2 minus 24 divided by 2 is negative 12. Okay? So, the choice is letter C. Okay. Complex numbers. The imaginary unit I is equal to the square root of negative 1, or I squared is equal to negative 1. Complex numbers. The standard form A plus BI, where A is the real part and B is the imaginary part because of I. Okay, kasi BI siya. Addition or subtraction. Add or subtract the real parts and imaginary parts respectively. So, real sa real, imaginary sa imaginary. Okay? So, A plus BI times the quantity C plus DI. So, real sa real, A plus C plus imaginary part sa imaginary part. Okay? So here, A minus C, ito naman B minus D, I. Multiplication. Apply the same methods as multiplying binomials. But you have to remember that I squared is equal to negative 1. So A plus BI times C plus DI is AC minus BD plus AD plus BC times your I. To write the quotient of complex numbers in standard form, multiply the numerator and the denominator by the complex conjugate of the denominator. Yung parang ginamit natin kanina. We made use of a complex conjugate to be able to rationalize our denominator. Okay? So in this case, the complex conjugate of C plus DI is C minus DI. Okay? Number 12. What is your answer in number 12? Okay, A ang answer ko. Okay. First, express each radical with negative radical in terms of I, then add. So here, 4 minus negative square root of negative 25 times 3 plus the square root of negative 100. So this will become 4 minus. Kasi negative ito inside square root. So magkakaroon ka ng negative. This will become minus 5i. And this one will become 10i. Okay? So, use FOIL. 4 times 3 is 12. Outer 4 times 10i is 40i. Inner, negative 5i times 3 is negative 15i. And last, negative 5i times 10i is negative 50i squared. Now, you have to remember that your I squared is negative 1. So here, you have 12. 40i minus 15i is 25i. Your 50 times negative 1 will become positive 50. Okay? And simplifying some more, okay, so yung sa book ninyo ay mali. Positive square root ang nakalagay sa book. Okay, so here, ito yung correct one. Okay? So now, simplifying terms. 12 plus 50 is 62 plus 25i. So that is choice letter A. Number 13. What's your answer in number 13? Okay, any answer? We have letter B. Okay. There are some who answered A, but most of you answered B. Okay. How are we going to solve that? First, to multiply both sides by 5x plus 1 and 2x minus 1. Ano to? Ano tong dalawang to? This would be the LCD. Okay? Or, if the problem is like that, yung iba, they can just simply, or what they do is just to simply cross multiply. Okay, so when we cross multiply, that is 2 times 2x minus 1 equals 1 times 5x plus 1. And then you solve. 2 times 2x would be 4x. 2 times negative 1 is minus 2 is equal to 5x plus 1. And then you simplify by combining terms that are similar. So here, 5x minus 4x is x. And then negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Okay? And the answer is choice letter B. Okay? Hindi po bang pwedeng substitution na lang? In cases like this, actually, in number 13, tama naman yung gusto mo. Minsan, pabaliktad natin siya sa solvent kasi parang kung madali naman siyang tingnan, pag sinubstitute mo yung mga items dito, halimbawa, i-substitute mo yung 3 dun sa excess mo at tama ang sagot, and then that is the answer. Kapag kamali, hindi yun ang tamang answer. And then substitute negative 3 dito sa excess dito, kung yun ang tamang answer, and then that would be the answer. So minsan, tama din naman yung suggestion ng isa, pwede bang i-substitute na lang yung mga answers, yung mga choices dun sa given. And yes, pwede. No, in cases like this na madaling tingnan, pagka sinubstitute mo, madali mong ma-identify kung tama o mali. And then by all means, pwede kayong mag-substitute. Okay? Okay. Number 14. What's your answer in number 14? Okay. Yung iba would like a cross multiplication. That's okay. Kung saan kayo But, yun na nga, in cases kung madali naman yung given, madaling mag-substitute, then you substitute. Okay? Pero kung mas nadadalihan kayo to answer, then it's okay. Number 14. Time consuming. Okay. Okay, many of you answered D. Okay. Isolate the radical term and then square both sides of the equation. So, i-isolate natin itong minus 4 times square root of x plus 1, ililipat natin dito. Itong 4, ililipat natin sa kabila. Kaya naging 2x minus 4. And then this one, since this is minus, pag inilipat natin, magiging positive na siya. Okay? Then we square both sides. We square. Okay, bakit nagkaganito? Nag-finactor na natin kasi pareho siyang, lahat sila, yung 2x, yung 4 ay divisible sa 2. Kaya itong 2x minus 4, naging x minus 2. Itong 4, naging 2. Okay? And then you square both sides. You will have x squared minus 4x plus 4 when you square this. And when you square this, it is 4, kasi 2 squared is 4, times pag in-square mong square root of x plus 1, magiging nala siyang x plus 1. Kaya nagiging 4 times x plus 1 is 4x plus 4. Okay? Express the equation in the form of x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, lahat ililipat natin dito sa side. X squared, negative 4x minus 4x is negative 8x. 4 minus 4 is 0. So, equals 0 siya. Okay? Then, factor. Paano natin ito ipa-factor? We can factor this. There is a common factor, which is x, times the quantity x minus 8 is equal to 0. By the zero factor theorem, x is equal to 0, and x minus 8 equals 0 is equal to 8. Now, ang tanong, is the answer 0, 8? In cases like this, kailangan i-substitute natin siya sa original. We have to get the original, we have to substitute 0 and 8 to the original equation. Okay? Because we are looking for, baka merong tinatawag na extraneous solution. Okay? Ano yung extraneous solution? Yun yung pag sinolve mo, lumalabas siya as a solution, pero pag sinubstitute mo sa original equation, hindi naman siya nagiging true. Okay? That is why you have to substitute each one, yung 0 natin and 8, to the original equation. We have to check kung tama yung 0 here at yung 8 dito, ibig sabihin siya yung solution. Pero kung lumabas na hindi tama when you substitute it, and then that will be an extraneous solution. Okay? So let's substitute. So you have 2 times 0 minus 4 times square root of 0 plus 1 equals 4. Here, that is 0, that is negative 4. Is negative 4 equal to 4? No, it's not. So therefore, 0 is what we call an extraneous solution. Okay? Extraneous siya kasi nung sinubstitute natin sa original, hindi siya true. So meaning, this is not a part of the solution. How about 8? 2 times 8 minus 4 times square root of 8 plus 1, 4 is equal to 4. So meaning this one is true. And since this is true, so ang tamang solution lang ay 8 and not 0 and 8 because 0 is what we call an extraneous solution. Okay? So the answer is letter D. That is choice letter D. Number 15. Can we substitute those given? Yes, you can. Actually, Alessandra, in the previous comment ko kanina, pwede mo talagang i-substitute na agad. Yung 0, yung 1, yung 8 dito sa given. And kung ano yung mag-true, kung ano yung tumama sa solution, yun yung magiging sagot. Okay? So, pwede naman yung babaliktadin na natin. We start with the given, substitute, kung ano yung tama, yun yung magiging final answer. If you see that would be better, no, kaysa mag-solve ng ganito, and then pwede mong gawin yon. Okay? But just the same, pinapakita ko din kung paano natin ito i-solve ng tama. Okay? But pwede din na pwede ba daw na itong choices na to i-substitute na lang sa given. By all means, pwede. Okay? Okay, number 15. Paki-ulit nga ano yung answers nyo in number 15. Recording pa siya sa akin as of now. So I think, yes, I think pwede nyo ito ma-preview pa some other time. Okay? So what is your answer in number 15? B. Ang daming B. Okay, so let us see. A particular 1,550 calories per day diet suggests eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks. Dinner is twice the calories of breakfast. Lunch is 100 calories more than breakfast. 2 snacks are 100 and 150 calories. How many calories are each meal? Okay, so you have your choices there. We will let X be the calories for breakfast. Di ba ang sabi, ang calories for breakfast, if that is our X, sabi yung calories, dinner is twice the calories for breakfast. That's why 2X siya. Okay? Lunch is 100 calories more than breakfast, kaya naging X plus 100 siya. Okay. How many calories are each meal? So ito X, ito yung breakfast, ito yung lunch, ito yung dinner, ito yung lunch, tapos ito yung 2 snacks mo, yung 100 and 150. So when you add all of them, X plus 2X plus X is 4X. And then this one is 350. 1,550 minus 350 is 1,200. Okay? So 4X is equal to 1,200 divided by 4. So X is equal to 300. So meaning, for breakfast, 300 calories. For dinner, 600 calories. For calories for lunch, 400 calories. Okay? And so therefore, that is choice letter B. Almost all of you got it right. Okay. How about this one? Number 16. What is the answer in number 16? Anyone? Please key in your answer. C. Okay. Okay. Halos lahat, ano? Wala pa ako ibang nakikitang hindi C. Your answer is C. Okay, let's see. When Jack cleans the house, it takes him 4 hours. So, alone, si Jack, pag naglinis siya, 4 hours. When Ryan cleans the house, it takes him 6 hours. So, kung siya lang, 6 hours yun. How long would it take both of them if they work together? So, pag daw silang dalawa yung nagtrabaho, ilan daw kaya yung magiging hours to working together? Okay. So, this is how it works. Kapag ka work problem, put it in a table. So you have there Jack, Ryan, at pag both. So take the time, tingnan nyo ano yung time of hours spent to clean each house. So si Jack 4 hours para clean niya. Ano yung part of the job done in 1 hour? So kapag ka work problem, parating tinitingnan mo ang part job o job done in 1 hour para mapagsama natin sila. Okay? So part done in 1 hour is 1/4. Okay? Si Ryan, 6 hours para linisin ang bahay. So yung part of job in 1 hour is 1/6. So both, hindi natin alam. This is what we are looking for. At in 1 hour, that is 1/x. So 1/4 plus 1/6 is equal to, pag pinagsama mo itong dalawa, ito yung part done nila in an hour. Okay? So multiply both sides by 12x. So you have here 3x plus 2x is equal to 12. 5x is equal to 12. And then that is 2.4 hours. Okay? So pag silang dalawa ay nag-work, that is 2.4 hours and that is choice letter C. Okay? So very good. Most of you got it correctly. How about that one? What is your answer in number 17? Anyone? Number 17, what is your answer? Okay. Very good. Most of you or all of you answered B. Okay. So paano natin ito i-handle? First is, the question is, write the equation of the line passing through 3, -2 and perpendicular to the line y is equal to 3x minus 5. May relevance kasi yung slope ng lines sa pagiging parallel nila or perpendicular. Okay. This here, kailangan daw ay perpendicular to y is equal to 3x minus 5. I hope you can still recall yung ating tinatawag na yung slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay? Yung m doon, which is the coefficient of x, is the slope. So here, the slope is 3. Okay? Now, kung ang question is parallel, and then therefore, dapat yung slope nung another equation mo passing to 3, -2, kailangan 3. But here, the question is perpendicular. Kapag ka perpendicular, kailangan is negative reciprocal ng ating slope. So para ang lines maging perpendicular, kailangan siya ay negative reciprocal. Okay. Now in the given, y is equal to 3x minus 5, the slope is 3. Okay? Now, para maging negative reciprocal of 3, yung slope dapat na magpapass sa 3, -2 ay negative 1/3 because negative 1/3 is the negative reciprocal of 3 here. Okay? So again, perpendicular, dapat ang slope, negative reciprocal. Pag parallel, ang slope pareho. Okay? Here, ang tanong is perpendicular. So, ang kukuhanin natin, negative reciprocal, which is in that case, negative 1/3. Then we are going to use the point-slope form for the equation. I hope you still remember the point-slope form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals x minus x sub 1. Okay. Ito yung x sub 1 mo. Ito ang y sub 1 mo. So, yung 3 is a substitute mo lang sa y sub 1. Yung negative 2 is a substitute mo sa x sub 1. And yung m dapat ay negative 1/3 para maging perpendicular. So here, y minus negative 2 nagiging plus 2 is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 3. And then we solve for y. So y plus 2 is equal to negative 1/3 times x minus 3. Y is equal to negative 1/3. Pag multiply natin dito, negative 1/3 x. Negative 1/3 times negative 3 naging 1. 2 transpose naging minus 2. And then you simplify. Y is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 1. Okay? So therefore, the answer is choice letter B. And most of you got it correct. Number 18. What is your answer in number 18? May nagtanong, pwede mas madali po ata pag i-substitute. Kaya lang you have to be very careful. Nag-substitute din naman din talaga tayo. But this is unlike the other one, you are looking for the equation. Okay. Number 18, most of you answered. Okay. Answered C. Okay. Which of the following equation has a slope of 0? Given the equation of the line in the form ax plus by minus c is equal to 0, the slope can be obtained by using the slope is equal to negative a over b. Okay? So yung a mo dito is the numerical coefficient of x at ang b mo is the numerical coefficient of y in the form ax plus by minus c is equal to 0. Okay? So paano natin makukuha ang slope? Ang kailangan daw ay 0 slope. So tingnan niyo yung a. Ang a natin is 1. Ang b natin is 1. So therefore, negative 1 over 1 is negative 1. No? So hindi siya 0. Letter B. Ang a natin, this one is 1. Minus 0. So any number divided by 0 is undefined. So kung ganito ang given, hindi siya 0 slope, kundi siya ay no slope. Kasi undefined siya. Okay, your slope is undefined, wala kang slope. So that is no slope. Letter C, your A is 0 because you don't have A. Over a number over 1 is 0. That's why the choice is letter C. Okay? Number 19. What's your answer in number 19? Okay, very good. Many answered letter A. So this is an example of systems of equations. Sometimes they call it simultaneous equation. Okay. Dito din yung pwede yung sinasabi ng mga classmates nyo that pwede bang i-substitute na lang natin sa given. Tapos kung ano yung tumamang sagot, yun na yung answer ninyo. Pwede rin yun. Okay? But of course, kailangan natin i-check paano ba natin ito gagawin. Systems of equations, pwede mong, para makuha mo yung solution, kasi when you're looking at systems of equations, ano yung hinahanap natin? We are looking for the intersection of those two equations. Ano yung common point nilang dalawa? So, pag systems of equations, hinahanap natin is a common point. Okay. So, when you do this, you have 3 ways of doing that. One is pwedeng graphical method. But you know, minsan mahirap yun kasi kapag hindi tama yung pagkakagraph natin o hindi tama yung hindi maganda yung lagay natin sa graphing paper, and then we might come up with not the correct point, okay? Meron din tayong, so graphical, meron tayong substitution method. Pwedeng magsisubstitute ka, okay? And then solve x in terms of y or y in terms of x. And the other one is yung tinatawag nating elimination method. Ito yung pag in-add mo yung dalawang equations o sinubtract mo yung dalawang equations, meron kang may eliminate na variable. Okay? So, first, transform the equations into ones with integer coefficients. Bakit? Unless very conversant o very used ka dun sa paggamit ng fractions, then by all means, pwede ka mag-fractions. But minsan, mas mahirap makipag-deal with fractions than whole numbers. So what do we do with that? Cases na ganito na puro fractions, hanapin mo saan mo sila pwedeng i-multiply lahat para sila ay maging whole number. Okay? So, equation number 1, itong equation number 1, pag multiply natin lahat by 15, magiging whole number na siya. And that will give us 3x plus 10y equals 150. Okay? So, second one naman, multiply everything by 6. And then you will have negative 3x minus y is equal to 42. So, the system now, nung minultiply na natin, ginawa na natin whole number, would be 3x plus 10y is equal to 150. And the other equation is negative 3x minus y is equal to negative 42. So actually, kung titingnan mo yan, mas madali na siya ngayong tingnan. Diba? Mas madali na siyang isipin. So kung ginawa nyo ganan, gusto nyo tingnan na lang, substitute yung mga 10, 12, 10, 18, 12, 16, pwede yung i-substitute dyan kung ano yung tamang sagot, yun na yun. But of course, for the sake of knowing how to deal with this, sasagutin pa rin natin the long method. Okay. What do you think is the best method para dito? Glaringly, kitang-kita na natin na pag pinag-add natin ito at dito, maaalis na ang x. Diba? So, when we add the equations, na-eliminate na natin ito. So, 10y plus negative y is 9y. 150 plus negative 42 is 108. Then divide both sides by y by 9, y is equal to 12. Okay? Then we substitute 12 for y doon sa, actually kahit saan dito sa dalawang equations. Kaya lang, mas madaling i-substitute ang 12 dito sa second equation. So you have negative 1/2 x plus 1 over 6 times, ito yung y natin na nakuha, 12. Okay, equals negative 7. So 1/2 x, this one, when you simplify that, that is minus 2, equals negative 7. So 1/2 x, transpose this, will be negative 5. So x is equal to 10. And the answer now is your x is 10 and your y is 12. Okay? Nung kinuha bang integers ay random lang? Hindi. Dito sa taas. Kung titingnan mo yung LCD niya, 5 and 3, 15. So, i-multiply mo lahat sa 15. So, hindi siya actually random. Kung hindi, there should be something na ano yung perspective natin dito para maging whole number. Same here, the LCD is 6. Kaya itong pangalawa, minultiply natin by 6 para maging whole number siya. Okay? So for that, the answer is letter A, which is then 12. Okay? Number 20, what is your answer in number 20? A man rows a boat 500 feet upstream against a constant current in 10 minutes. He then rows 300 feet downstream. with the same current in 5 minutes. Find the speed of the current and the equivalent rate at which he can row in still water. Okay? Merong A, merong D. Okay. So how do we solve for that? Solution. If we let X be the rate in still water, okay? And Y be the speed of the current. What will happen kapag upstream ka? Ano nangyayari? Di ba pag upstream ka, pataas ikaw, mas mabagal ka. Di ba? Kasi yung rate ng current ay against sa'yo. So, mas mabagal ka kapag upstream. So, yung rate mo, mas mabagal. Kasi yung rate mo in still water minus the rate of the current. Okay? So, yun ang nagiging rate mo. Pag ikaw ay downstream, mabilis ka kasi tinutulungan ka. Tinutulungan ka, yung iyong rate, tinutulungan pababa nung rate nung current. Okay. So we have here upstream. Ang rate niya is rate ng still water minus the rate of the current o speed of the current. So ibig sabihin, mas mabagal ka. Kasi ang rate mo ay minus mo yung speed of the current. Rate given time ay 10 minutes and the distance that covered upstream is 500. Okay? Downstream, yung rate mo plus kasi tinutulungan ka, bumilis nung speed ng current, so it is your rate in still water plus the rate or speed ng current, that would be your rate. So mabilis ka. The time here is 5 minutes. Ang downstream mo and the distance is 300. Okay? So, we know that the rate is equal to the distance over the time. So this is the rate upstream is equal to the distance of 500 divided by 10, which is the time. So 500 over 10 is 50. Okay? X plus Y, ito yung rate mo. Pag pababa ka, downstream, ibig sabihin, mas mabilis ka, and yung iyong distance is 300, and yung time mo is 5. So 300 over 5 is 60. So now the system of equations is that X minus Y is equal to 50, and X plus Y is equal to 60. So that is again a system of equations. Ano yung best method palagay ninyo na dapat nating gamitin para ma-solve natin yung system? Okay? And in that case, it is better if we're going to use elimination o yung tinatawag natin na addition-subtraction method. Why? Kasi kita na natin dito, yung negative y at saka yung y, pag pinag-add natin, may eliminate na natin ito. Okay? So, x plus x is 2x. Ito na eliminate na natin. 50 plus 60 is 110. So, 2x is equal to 110. So, x is equal to 55. Okay? So, if x is equal to 55, so ito 55 plus y is equal to 60, anong y mo? That is 5. Okay? So, meaning, your answer is choice letter D, yung x here. Speed in still water is 55 and speed of the current is 5. So that is choice letter D. Okay? Inequalities, interval notation. So I hope you are still familiar with this kasi ito yung ginagamit natin paano mag-graph. Okay? Greater than A and less than B. So given that X is a real number, x is greater than A, so x is greater than A and less than B. This is how we're going to put that in set notation. It is a set of all x's such that A is less than x is less than B. Okay, interval. Kailan ba natin gagamitin yung parenthesis at saka kailan natin gagamitin ang bracket? Kapag ka ang ating inequality ay less than o greater than, ang gagamitin mo is parenthesis. Kasi yung A at B, ibig sabihin, is not part of the solution. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, parenthesis A to B parenthesis. Ibig sabihin, A and B ay hindi solution. Ganon din sa pag-graph. A and B, pero parenthesis siya, hindi siya part ng solution. Okay. Now, x is greater than or equal to A and x is less than B. So, sa set notation, it is the set of all x's such that A is less than or equal to x is less than B. Now, here, makikita nyo, nandito yung presence of equals, less than or equal. So, meaning A is part of the solution. Okay? If it is a part of the solution o merong equal, then it is from, nakasulat sa'yo, is bracket A to B ay hindi naman siya part ng solution kasi walang equal, kaya parenthesis siya. Okay? And so therefore, included ang A, kaya ito'y bracket, up to B, parenthesis, kasi B is not included. Okay? Greater, X is greater than A and less than or equal to B. So here, ang A ang hindi included, kaya sa siya, wala siyang equal sign. Kaya siya ay parenthesis A up to B bracket. Ganon din sa pag-graph. A is not part of the solution, but B is. Okay? Greater than or X is greater than or equal to A and less than or equal to B. So, parehong may equal sign. So, ibig sabihin, A and B are included. That's why it's bracket A to B bracket. So, when you graph, bracket pa din. Normally, parenthesis yun yung dot, yun yung hollow na dot. Yung bracket, yun yung closed na dot. Yung dot talaga. Okay? So, sometimes, ganun yung ginagawang graph. Kapag ka yung parenthesis, yun yung hollow. Kapag ka yung dot, yun yung bracket. Okay? Sometimes they use hollow na dot. So instead of parenthesis, hollow na dot, kapag ka bracket, yun yung closed na dot. Okay. X is less than A. So meaning, galing from negative infinity to A. A is still not part of the solution. And infinity, both positive and negative, hindi natin malalaman ang last number. So it should always be a parenthesis. So basta infinity, pareho siyang parenthesis. Okay? So here, negative infinity going there to A, which is not part of the solution. Ang shaded dot o solid dot, yun yung bracket. Hollow, yun yung parenthesis. Less than or equal to A, X is less than or equal to A. So meaning A is part of the solution, kaya siya bracket. Pero galing siya from negative infinity kasi less than to A. Ang infinity, parenthesis. Both for positive and negative, parenthesis. Okay? X is greater than B, so this is B. Greater than siya, so ibig sabihin B is not part of the solution, that is parenthesis, to positive infinity, parenthesis. Okay? Greater than, X is greater than or equal to B, so B is part of the solution. So it's bracket, to positive infinity, which is parentheses. Okay? And all real numbers, pareho siyang from negative to positive infinity. Inequalities involving absolute value. So the absolute value of x is less than a is equivalent to negative a is less than x is less than a. Ano ba yung kinukuha natin kapag absolute value ang ating hinahanap? So when we talk of the absolute value, we are talking of the distance. And pag sinabi natin distance, wala siyang negative na distance. So from, say for example, I'm from San Pablo kasi. From San Pablo to Los Baños, example lang, is 32 kilometers. So positive yon. From Los Baños to San Pablo, since we are talking of distance, is still positive 32 kilometers. Okay? So meaning, if you're talking of absolute value, since we are measuring the distance, nagiging lahat positive siya. Okay? Absolute value of a is greater, absolute value of x is greater than a. That is equivalent to x is less than negative a or x is greater than a. Okay, number 21, what is your answer? Kindly key in your answer in number 21. B. Okay, B. Okay, so let us see how we got the correct answer. Okay, lahat kayo halos B, no? Wala pa akong nakikitang hindi B. Okay, how do we solve that? First is we isolate the absolute value term. So yung absolute value, ilalagay natin on one side of the equation. And all the rest, ilalagay natin sa kabilang equation. Now, since this is inequality, the only thing that mag-change ang sense natin to the opposite is when you are going to multiply or divide your inequality by a negative number. Okay? So, pag negative number, saka lang mag-change ang sense. Otherwise, pagka nag-multiply ka, nag-divide ka ng positive, nag-add o nag-subtract ka, positive or negative, the sense will never change. The sense will only change if and only if you are going to multiply your inequality by a negative number. Okay. So, in our example, you are going to isolate the absolute value. So, ito na yun. Ito, kailangang ilipat natin. So, negative 4, ililipat mo, magiging positive 9. Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay. Divide everything by 3. If you will notice, hindi naman nag-change ang sense natin because nag-divide tayo by a positive number. So, the absolute value of x minus 1 is greater than 3. Apply the property. So, absolute value of x, since this is greater than a, so it is equivalent to x is less than negative a, or x is greater than a. So, here, absolute value of x minus 1 is greater than a is equivalent to x minus 1 is less than negative 3, or x minus 1 is greater than 3. Okay? Solving for x, x is negative 3 plus 1 is less than negative 2, and x is greater than 4. So the choice is letter B. So from negative infinity to negative 2, union. 4, kasi greater 4 to positive infinity. The choice is letter B. Where did 9 go? Yung 9 here, dinivide mo siya by 3. Kaya naging x, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Itong 3, absolute value of x minus 1 divided by 3, kaya naging ganan. 22. Any answer in number 22? But may parenthesis lagi ang infinity. Kasi kapag ka-interval notation, ang tinitingnan mo kapag ka infinity, you do not know the last number of that. That's why it's parentheses. But if you're sure if that number is included, then that is bracket. Okay, so you have mixed answers here, but most of the answers are C. Meron kanina akong nakita na A. Okay, let us see. Number 22. Ellen wants to spend no more than 3,000 pesos buying gifts for her friends, Tony and Camille. She wants to spend at least 1,000 on Camille's gift. Let T represent the amount of Tony's gifts and C represent the amount of on Camille's gift. Write a system of inequalities that models the information. Okay. Sabi, si Tony and Camille, Ella wants to spend no more than 3,000. So, ibig sabihin, itong si A at saka si C, tama pa yung kanyang inequality, no? Kasi hindi no more than, ibig sabihin, hanggang 3,000 lang ang kanyang budget. But if you notice B at C, we can already eliminate those. Okay? Kasi dito pa lang sa first sentence pa lang na dapat ay no more than 3,000 na violate na niya. So by elimination, B and D cannot be an answer. Okay? Now she wants to spend at least 1,000 on Camille. So si Camille daw na at least, so ibig sabihin, mas malaki sa 1,000. Okay? So, ito, pareho pa rin siya namang tama, no? So, ito is more than 1,000. Okay? Gusto niya si Camille ay more than 1,000. And let T represent the amount of Tony's gift. Okay, so it should be greater than 0. So, the answer is letter C. Kasi ito yung tamang inequalities, system of inequalities for the information. Si Tony at si Camille, 3,000 or at least 3,000 or no more than 3,000. Si Camille, ang gusto ni Ellen, ay more than 1,000. Okay, so this is the correct inequality model for the given problem. Okay, so the answer is letter C. How do we solve for inequalities? Write the inequality in standard form, meaning 0 on one side and all the rest on the other side. Determine the zeros. So yung zeros yan by factoring, no? Or quadratic formula. Draw the number line indicating the intervals. Test the intervals to determine whether they are positive or negative. Select the intervals according to the sign of the inequality. Write the solution in interval notation. Okay, this is an example. Number 23, what is your answer in number 23? Okay, si Hans answered A. How about the rest? Nakaabot pa kayo dito sa number 23? Because kanina ay may hindi mga nakaabot daw. Someone answered B, but most of you answered A. Okay, so how are we going to deal with that? Factor completely both the numerator and denominator. So, yung numerator natin ay simplified na. Denominator, the factors would be x plus 4 and x minus 1. So this must be greater or equal to 0. So dito pa lang, at the back of our minds, kailangan isipan na natin, we are looking for a positive number. Positive siya kasi greater than or equal to 0. Now, that will matter later pag solve natin. Basta since this is greater than, so we're looking for positive. Okay, identify the critical numbers. The critical numbers are the numbers kapag ka kinuha mo yung zeros of each factor. So ito, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So ang critical number mo dito, negative 2. Ito, negative 4. Ito, 1. That is the zeros of each factor. So the critical factors are critical numbers are negative 4, negative 2. So negative 4, negative 2, and 1. Draw the number line. So negative 4 and 1 cannot be solutions. Okay? Kasi kapag ginawa mong negative 4 ito, what will happen? Magkakaroon ka ng 0 na denominator. So alam natin, ng negative 4 cannot be a solution. In the same token, yung 1, kasi pag ginawa mong 1 minus 1, magkaka-0 ka, so 1 cannot be a solution also. Okay? So ano yung representation natin sa kanila? So this is your number line. The critical numbers are negative 4, negative 2, and 1. So from negative infinity to negative 4, parentheses. Negative 4 cannot be a solution to negative 2, negative 2 to 1, and 1 to positive infinity. So yun yung hati-hati natin. Yan yung hati-hati natin. Okay? So we're going now to test. Test the interval of inequality. So here, dito natin muna itetest. Negative infinity to negative 4. Choose a number na magpo-fall dito. So let's say negative 5. So negative 5 plus 2 is negative, di ba? Negative 3. Negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. So negative over negative times negative will become positive. So negative divided by positive is negative. So definitely, hindi ito kasali sa ating solution. Kasi ang hinahanap natin ay dapat positive. Okay? So definitely, this is not part of our solution. Okay. Next, itest natin between negative 4 and negative 2. So let us choose a number between negative 4 and negative 2. Negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Okay? So negative divided by positive times negative is negative. So negative divided by negative is positive. So this one here is a solution. Okay? So ibig sabihin, hinahanap na lang natin, ang choices na lang natin is between A and B. A and C. So tingnan natin itong portion na to. Between negative 2 and 1, let's say 0. 0 plus 2 is 2 positive. 0 plus 4 is 4 positive. 0 minus 1 is negative 1 negative. So positive divided by negative is negative. So this is not a solution. Okay? So hinahanap natin ito. So since this is not a solution, actually alam mo na agad, ng choice mo na lang is letter A. Okay? But just the same, let us complete the solution. 1 to positive infinity, let's say the number is 2. That's in between 1 and positive infinity. Okay. So, 2. 2 plus 2 is 4 positive. 2 plus 4 is 6 positive. 2 minus 1 is 1 positive. So, positive divided by positive is positive. So, ang solution natin is this one, negative 4, negative 2, union, negative 1 to positive infinity. Okay? So, the answer is choice letter A. Okay. Measures of central tendency. Mean, or the average, is the most popular and well-known measure of central tendency. Sum of all the values in the dataset divided by the number of the values in the dataset. Median, yun yung gitna. Parating pinakagitna, You are not affected by extreme values. Ang hinahanap mo lang, ano yung nasa gitna. Okay? The middle of the set, middle value for a set of data that has been arranged in order of magnitude. So kapag median, kailangang arranged in either ascending or descending order. Mode. It is the most frequent score in the data set. Okay? Yung pinaka madami o pinaka mataas na frequency, that is your mode. Okay? Number 24. What are the values of x and y so that the ordered data set has a mean of 42 and the median of 35? What is your answer? Okay. Many of you answered letter C. Okay, so let us see kung paano nangyari yan. The given data set is already arranged in ascending order. So arranged na siya, no? From 17, if you will notice, pataas siya. The median is the average of the two middle values. So here, ano yung gitna nila? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yung ika-5th at ika-6th, yun ang median niya. Okay? So, to get the value of this, we add 34 plus x divided by 2. Okay? Is equal to 35 kasi the median daw is 35. So, 34 plus x divided by 2 is 35. So, your x there is 36. So, we know that this is 36 already. So, to get naman the mean, you have to add everything divided by the number of cases. Okay, so find the mean, you add everything. Now your x here is 36. Okay, and this is your y. So everything added divided by 10 is equal to, ang sabi sa given, the mean is 42. So you add everything divided by 10. So multiply everything by 10 para mawala ito. So that is 420. So what is y? Y is equal to 420 minus the sum of all of this, which is 343. So y there is equal to 77. So the answer is choice letter C. Okay? Last one, measure of position. Measures of position are techniques that divide a set of data into equal groups. Quartiles, these are three values of the variable that divide the ordered set of data into 4 equal parts. Okay, so quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. There. So quartile 1 is 25%, quartile 2 is 50%, quartile 3 is 75%. Decile, pag dinivide mo by 10, decile yon. So the 9 values of the variable that divide an ordered set of the data into 10 equal parts. Okay. Percentile, when you divide everything by 100, that is percent or per 100. So the 99 values of the variable that divide the order set data into 100 equal parts. So yung second quartile mo, 5th decile mo, at 50th percentile mo, yun is the same as your median. Interquartile range is 75th percentile minus the 25th percentile. That is your interquartile range. Okay, how do you get the j percentile? Arrange the data values in ascending order of magnitude. So basta measure of position, kailangan yung data mo ay naka-arrange in ascending order, pataas. Find the location PJ in the arranged list by computing L is equal to N times J over 100, where n is the total number of observations in the data set. If L is a whole number, so yung location natin, pag measure natin ang location, hindi ito, yun yung sagot kung hindi ang hinahanap mo pa lang ay location. Okay? Kung ang L na nakuha mo is a whole number, then the number, yung hinahanap mo na P sub J is the mean or average of yung Lth location and L plus 1 location positions. If L is not a whole number, so P sub J is the value of the next higher position. Number 25. What is your answer in number 25? This is the last number. So what is your answer in number 25? May nakapagsagot ba? Meron bang umabot sa 25? Guys? Yes, what's the answer? Okay, so medyo varied ang answer natin. There are others who answered A. There are some who answered C. And there are some who answered B. Okay, so how do we solve for this? Now, the data set is already arranged in ascending order. That is the first task. Dapat ascending order siya. So if you will notice, it is already arranged in ascending order. So, ang hinahanap natin dito, find the third quartile, Q3. And Q3 in terms of percentile is P75. Okay? So, find the location of P75 by using our formula. The location is N times J over 100. Ilan ang N natin? Ilan silang lahat? 12. J, 75 over 100 is 0.75. So it is equal to 12 times 0.75 is equal to 9. Now, 9 is a whole number. Ang sabi, if it is a whole number, so yung ika-9 position at ika-10 position, kukuhanin natin ang average. Okay, so anong 9 position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So itong 80 at saka 82, i-add natin at kukuhanin ng average, divided by 2, kaya average, and the answer is 81, and that is choice letter A. Okay, so the answer is letter A. Now, may I know, meron ba sa inyo na naka 25 items all correct? Anyone? Ba may tsamba? Ano yung tsamba? Yun na ba yung 25 over 25? Any one of you who got 25? Anyone? Yeah, nagtatanong anong score nyo. May I see nga by keying in, how many did you get? Wala po, walang nakasagot. So tingnan nga natin, may I see. Actually, ang algebra, napakadaming. Wow, si Franz got perfect, very good. Wow, Christian also. Sana totoo yan, ha? Okay. Now, actually, algebra is one of the madaming kailangan yung ma-practice with algebra. And sometimes, the thing here is that really constant correct practice is needed. So, you have time, marami pa kayong oras, naka-lockdown tayo. So, I encourage everyone to please, as much as possible, magsagot kayo na magsagot. We have discussed this already. Some of you were able to get a good score. Some of you were not able to get a good score. So try again to practice all of that we have discussed and then check kung tama yung sagot nyo. And I also would suggest that pumunta kayo dun sa ating site, dun sa premium ninyo, napakadami dong items na pwede ninyong masagutan. Okay? And attend always the virtual class or your virtual classes because since this is recorded, pwede nyo siyang balik-balikan. Okay? And, pag nabalikan nyo siya and tumama na yung nasagot ninyo, and then that is already an accomplishment. You just have to set your goal. And we know that your goal is for you to be able to pass doon sa inyong gusto na subject, gusto na school. You have a lot of time. Naka-lockdown tayo. So I encourage everyone to please practice at home. And that is the only thing that will, cannot be really ensure. Wala naman tayo talagang assurance, but at least you have done your part. Pumunta kayo doon sa ating group, sa premium group or platinum group, and try to answer and download as much as you can. Kasi yun lang talaga ang pwede nyong gawin. Okay? Now, kailan makukuha ang copy ng record na ito? I will ask na lang Sir Ian to post doon sa ating group kung paano nyo ito mababalikan. Okay? So with that, thank you very much. Stay safe, everyone. And always focus on your goal. Okay? Thank you so much, and I hope you learned something or yung meron man lang kayong na-recall. Thank you. Ingat kayo. Stay safe.
Ayan. So guys, thank you for gracing this VC. Ayan. Okay. Hello, ma'am. Ayan.
Hi, Sir Ian. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.